Hi, it's Dr. Bunny, and I'm here today with two new associates. I'm very excited to introduce Pat Pothier and June Pothier, and I'd like to interview them and have them tell us a little bit about why they got involved with hypnotherapy. So, June, let's start with you. You have been in corporate world for a number of years, and now you're making a change, a segue into the alternative arts. How did that come about?
It came about because I was an executive assistant for years, and I worked with people every day. And you see a lot of different things in the workplace, and then I have a lot of friends who also have had some different things go on in their life, and I've always tried to be there, especially for everybody. And
you're the one that people go to.
Yeah, they are.
I know that about you.
I am.
Yeah.
Anyway, so people would come to me and talk to me, and I always had a drive to be a psychologist. So when I retired, I went on to do my master's in psychology.
Nice.
So I'm still studying right now. And then the hypnotherapy is part of something I would like to use with my practice, as well as I wanted to just get into it and start helping people with anxiety and panic and stress. And a lot of friends have had smoking problems, and they've had to quit smoking for health reasons. Doctors would not operate on them.
Right.
I have a friend right now who has gingivitis, is having to have some serious surgery there because the gums have gone bad, and he said from smoking. She did quit, but I've had other people that have quit smoking from by the help of hypnotherapy.
Yeah, it's very effective, very effective. And Pat, how about you? What compelled you to make that switch?
Yeah, like June, I came from the corporate world, and my course or my career was a little bit different in the fact that one of my assignments very early on in my career was that of an instructor. Increasing human effectiveness was a course that I had the opportunity to attend. And
Increasing human effectiveness.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, it was a great class. It talked about how to work on yourself, how to take a look at what are your personal goals and objectives, and then how to actually establish an action plan that would enable you to get there. And it's quite different than other classes that I've ever taken, in that what we did is we talked a lot about positive reinforcement, talked about vision setting, law of attraction. Even back then, 20, 25 years ago, some of those things or those concepts,
forward thinking.
Yeah, became part of my life. I was lucky enough to move out of that class and actually become an instructor in that class.
Cool.
And have an impact on over 2,000 different managers around the country. And I saw how that worked with them, and I saw how important it was and how their lives changed. And so when I ended my career, my 37-year career, I wanted to do something different. I mean, I could have stayed in technology, I could have stayed with that endeavor and had a second career and probably been successful, but I didn't want to do that. My passion was around people. I had such a good time teaching that class. I had a great time working with people, and I really enjoyed their success. And so I wanted to take that and do that as a second career. Perfect. And so hypnotherapy, like June had stated, she wanted to go into psychology. I thought about that as well. But when I looked at the different avenues that were available to us, I looked at how effective is it and how quick is it? And cost effective. And hypnotherapy seemed to be the way to actually get those kinds of results. All the things that she said: stress management, weight management, panic attacks. If you include things like that are going on in the world today around obesity and healthcare cost, and the fact that that's all being driven down. I mean, we used to hear of adults that had type 2 diabetes or type 1 diabetes. Now you're hearing about it in kids. Third grade, all the way down to elementary school. The impact that that's going to have on our society in the years to come is just tremendous.
It is.
And so if I can help in that, I myself have type 2 diabetes. I've used hypnotherapy. June is using it on me now to overcome the diabetes, not
because
my
we don't say mine. We don't claim it.
That's right. Weight management, working out. I'm even trying to do it in some of the sports that I participate in, like golf. So all that stuff is coming together, and it just seems like the right time to do it. And so this is why I'm involved right now.
You know, you hit on so many things, and so did you, June. But you know, it is the fastest growing career in the United States today. The alternative health arena is exploding. So June, You said a few things that really impacted me when I heard you talk. But what is it that you want to bring to the hypnosis field or the hypnotherapy field? Do you have a specialty, or is there one thing that you really would like to focus on?
Well, I would like to work in the health field with people, and the reason is I have quite a few friends right now that are battling cancer. And as we've spoken about cancer, that a lot of people, first of all, have issues with anger that you're holding inside, or things that you've carried since you were a child. And those things they're pretty heavy that you've carried inside could be a reason for disease to develop in your body, because having positive energy keeps things away from you. So I would like to work with the health and also with some regression. I mean, and I don't necessarily mean going back to your last 12 lives, but in this lifetime, for example, I was in a car accident. I have panic attacks driving on the freeway. Going back and regressing and going back through some of the things that have happened, hopefully have made a difference in my
Getting past those issues.
in my progression. And so those are things I would like to work with people, because you just don't know, in a conscious mind, you don't know where you're stuck. You could be stuck on something, but it's something that really happened a long time ago that's back in the back of your head.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And I think most therapists, hypnotherapists, and doctors get into the profession because of their own issues. And then it's like, oh my gosh, I had no idea how helpful this can be to not only myself, but to others.
Exactly.
And Pat, same question. What is it that you want to bring to the party, so to speak?
That's a great question. And what I want to say is that I really want to support your efforts and June's efforts and some of the things that that both of you really want to do around stress management and anxiety and panic attacks. And June started to talk a little bit about that, and as did you, where doctor said it's something that started before. I really want to focus in on helping kids and go to that particular level and address those issues early on. I had the opportunity as a dad to be a coach, and I worked on baseball, I worked on football, had an opportunity in a number of different fields. And so what I want to do is kind of combine those. I want to work with kids, I want to do some sports medicine as well, and positive thinking, in support of the things that you guys are talking about. The panic attacks, the weight issues, the obesity, all of those things, I think they all come together. And I think if we can nip them in the bud early on, and that's why I said I want to start with kids. And then something fun, like sports.
And okay,
yeah,
cool. Very cool. And I love your idea of prevention rather than having to fix it later.
Yeah, and I think that's where the healthcare field is going to.
Oh, I hope so.
If you think about it, the healthcare field was always reactive.
Yeah.
Now it's becoming proactive, so you're starting to hear a lot more things around wellness programs, things about pregnancy that maybe you didn't hear about 10, 20, 30 years ago. They're actually doing prenatal care. All of that stuff is common knowledge today. We need to expand that to a wider audience. Make that more preventative wellness, so that these issues don't come on later on in life. If we're going to help drive down healthcare costs, this is absolutely one of those areas that we're going to have to focus on.
It certainly is. Thank you.
You're welcome.
In addition to that, I'd like to share one thing is with healthcare costs today. I think that this is, a high expense for a lot of people.
You're right.
And I think that with the hypnotherapy helping you to get through some of your issues, so you don't have to spend oodles of money on drugs and all the different things, when perhaps hypnotherapy would help you, like with migraines or allergies.
I got rid of mine.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think it's very beneficial to help with things like that, and it's not going to be that much money out of your pocket.
Yeah, it was a few hypnotherapy sessions 33 years ago. Never had another headache since.
Perfect.
This is Dr. Bunny, and I am thrilled to welcome Pat and June Pothier as new associates at the Vreeland College of the Healing Arts here in Camarillo, California. Give us a call.